Welcome to NFL World, when the NFL starts and ends. I'm your host, Jacob. And you can understand my surprise when I saw on Twitter or X and all these other social media sites that Christian Wilkins was released by the Raiders in a stunning move. And I was like, what happened? Like, what was going on? So I did my own little research, and from notifications from Pelissero, Garofalo, Schefter, and Davenport, which I'll give them all credit when I put this video on X, they'll all have credit too. I'm telling you this. Christian Wilkins and the Raiders were heading at the split for a long time. Let's explain what happened. Christian Wilkins suffered a Jones fracture last year, and it limited him to 5 games. He got surgery in October of 2024. A Jones fracture, typically your recovery timeline is 3 to 4 months. So he should have been fine by March. Except he was not. He wasn't fine. We got the voluntary OTAs, wasn't fine. Mandatory OTAs, still not fine. Mandatory minicamp, still not fine. Then we got, as we get back at the camera, we got to training camp, still not fine. Still not doing things. So something happened. They had told him, and I believe they told him in June, that he needs another surgery. He absolutely needs another surgery. And that he said no. He got several opinions that said no. But there was also several opinions that said yes. So what's going on? What are those several about coming from his family, his camp, so to speak? Okay, we're back. Were those opinions coming from his camp? We have no idea. But he didn't want to get the surgery, because that surgery would have kept him out for anywhere between October or November had he taken that surgery. Well, now, since he's waited and didn't want to have that surgery again, it would hold him out till the playoff push. We'll get into that. The Raiders, not just are they releasing him, they are voiding his guaranteed contract, the guaranteed part of his contract, which he's guaranteed $35.25 million over the next 2 years. $8 million this year, $27.25 million next year. It's a lot of money. Now, when you void a guarantees in a contract, what happens is the NFLPA open a grievance, which they did Thursday morning, meaning the Raiders told Wilkins, who was able to tell the NFLPA, the Raiders told Wilkins Thursday morning that they were going to cut him. They cut him Thursday evening, they put him on the waiver wire, and he got cut. That's what happened. Because he's a veteran, he can just immediately go to being a free agent. He doesn't have to go through the whole waiver wire process. The NFLPA, from my understanding of this, had 50 days to file a grievance against the Raiders, which they did immediately. So that was all handled. So we got through that part. Now let's go to this part of the playoff push. Wilkins wants to be on a playoff caliber team. The way I look at this is 14 teams make the playoffs each year. You're talking about another 8 teams that are fringe teams anyway. So 8 teams that will shuffle pretty much. Okay, so you're talking about 22 to 24 teams that are playoff caliber every year. Okay. So you get to that point. So there's obviously teams that aren't going to be looked at from his part. I have here, I have a little list. I got 2 AFC teams. I got 2 NFC teams. This is not saying that these are the only teams he's looking at. 2 teams that I think he fit pretty well. Bear in mind, he's still coming back from this injury, and it looks like he's only going to be ready for December or January. Bear in mind that. First team on the AFC side, I'm not putting the Chiefs in this list, by the way. I'm not doing it. And I'm not going to do the Eagles either, because I don't think they need him. That's the reason. I don't think it benefits the Chiefs. I don't think it benefits the Eagles. It's a waste, in my opinion. So the 2 teams I have, team number 1 is the Buffalo Bills. Why? Because the Bills, what they do well is what Christian Wilkins does well. And he'll help against the run game, which they have struggled with defending. But he's also really good in pass rush situations as well, so that's beneficial. And with the team the Bills have, it allows them to sign a guy like that who could help them in December and January. That's the first team. The second team is the Baltimore Ravens. Pairing him with Nandi and Abike would be the scariest tandem in the NFL. That would be the scariest thing. That would be so scary to look at. Like, oh my goodness. But I also understand, like, pairing him also with Zach Gore in that defense, that's a total, as everything put together, that would be terrifying. When does he come back is really a big concern from that perspective. For the NFC, the San Francisco 49ers. Why? Because they're favored to get him. But I want to also preface this again. The injury, when does he come back? We don't know. But pairing him with Robert Saleh, putting him with Nick Bosa, that would be interesting. I know they got the kid from Georgia. Like that's going to help out too, don't get me wrong. But pairing, and I just thinking of this right now, pairing, if he goes to Buffalo, he would be paired with Joey Bosa. Goes to San Francisco, would be paired with Nick Bosa. So there you go. You get the Bosa brothers. It all works out. But I think he would really benefit with Robert Saleh being there. I really do. And the other team I would say would be the Detroit Lions. But it doesn't benefit them right now. They just lost another defensive tackle for the year. And Levy. Who's a weekend. Okay, they just lost him. He's gone. Whenever McNeil comes back, I don't think it's week 1, but I don't exactly know when he comes back. It won't benefit them in the long term. It will benefit them in the long term, but it won't benefit them in the short term, which is what they need. So I'm not holding my breath that he goes to Detroit. But I think anyone that could get the most out of him would be Dan Campbell. That would be a Dan Campbell thing. It's also possible it goes back to Miami. A reunion in Miami. He knows the team. He knows the guys. That would benefit a lot of people. But there's still the same problems, which is the offense is not great in December. But it's also a fringe playoff team you have to think about. I mean, of course, there's other teams that we could talk about. But I really think those are the teams that would hit. It would do very well. He would do very well. You could say teams like Philadelphia, if I didn't completely taking them off the board, sure. But I don't think that benefits them. You already have guys. You got Jalen Carter. You got Jordan Davis. I don't even as a rotational guy, which I don't think he'll want to be, I don't see how that benefits you right now. There are teams that are fringe teams anyway that he might consider, but we'll have to wait and see. Remember, when teams get a player like this, they're going to do their due diligence, so to speak. They're going to go and check him out and see what they got. If I'm any team who feels like they are a fringe contender or are a contender, and I'm not saying, oh, we think we are. It's like I can count 11 or 10, I can count 11, 12 victories in there. That I'd be like, that's a playoff team. Like, and the way I look at it is if you can do it in that way, then you should be in the sweepstakes for him. But also understand you're not going to get him until December or January. So realize that and then go ahead. But I think that would be a great deal for Christian Wilkins to benefit from. Focus on those 22, 24 teams and then roll from there. Because they might give you an opportunity because of the needs they have. But let's wait and see what happens as we get further and further into training camp. For NFL World, I'm Jacob Bieber. We're on the road to 500 subs. By the way, all you have to do, you can watch any video you want. YouTube short, this video, any video you want. Like the video, subscribe, comment in the video that you subscribed on, comment saying subscribe, and share the video with your friends and family. That's all you have to do. And it shows us you enjoy this content. For NFL World, I'm Jacob Hebert. Out.